The woman in 13B. I moved into apartment 13B on a Thursday. The rain hadn't stopped all week, and the elevator reeked of mildew. But it was cheap, and I needed somewhere to start over. No questions. No references. Just a signature, and the keys were mine. The building was old, late 70s, maybe. Cracked walls, weird buzzing lights, and a super who looked like he hadn't blinked in years. But I didn't care. I was exhausted. I just wanted quiet. And for the first 2 nights, it was. Until the third. That's when I heard it. It started around 3 a.m. A low, dragging sound from the apartment next door. Like someone was pulling something heavy across the floor, slowly. Then came the crying. A woman. Not loud, more like a whisper pressed between sobs. At first I thought I was dreaming. But I sat up in bed, fully alert, and it kept going. I pressed my ear to the wall. The crying was coming from directly next door, 13A. The next morning, I ran into the landlord while taking out trash and casually asked, "Hey, who lives in 13A? She okay?" He looked at me like I had 2 heads. Nobody lives in 13A. But I heard someone. That unit's been sealed off since the fire. No one's rented it in years. He turned away like that was the end of it. But the crying came back. Every single night. By the end of the week, I couldn't sleep. The crying wasn't just sad anymore, it was angry. Sometimes I'd hear her whispering. Muttering. Pacing. One night, I swear I heard my name, Sam. I told myself it was in my head. Until I stepped into the hallway one night to take out trash, and saw that the door to 13A was slightly open. It wasn't just open, it looked burned. The paint was blistered. The numbers half melted, and yet, the door swayed gently like someone had just stepped in, or out. I leaned closer. The smell hit first. Burnt fabric, metal, rot. Then I heard it again, her. Whispering. "You took my place." I stepped back so hard I dropped the trash bag. The door creaked open another inch. Nope. I ran back to my apartment and locked every bolt. The next morning, I demanded answers from the landlord. He sighed, rubbed his temples, and said, "There was a girl. Lived here years ago. Samantha Lynn. Lived in 13B. Same unit you're in now." My blood ran cold. She was going through things. There was a fire. No one really knows what happened. People said they heard her screaming after the fire started. But by the time they got in, the place was ashes. After that, people swore they could hear her. Crying. Whispers through the walls. One tenant even claimed to see her in the mirror, but he waved it off like it was nothing. But I wasn't waving anything off. That night, I couldn't ignore it anymore. I sat up in bed, gripped by something between fear and obsession. I walked to the mirror in my bathroom, half expecting to see something behind me. Nothing, but when I stepped closer, the mirror fogged up. Just around the edges. No steam. No explanation. And then a single word appeared, slowly, across the glass, like a finger was writing from the inside, mine. I backed away. My lights flickered. I heard the dragging sound again, not from the hallway, but from inside my kitchen. I grabbed my phone and tried to call someone, anyone, but the screen just flickered, then died. Full battery, gone. I turned around. And there she was. She stood just inside the doorway. A woman, face bandaged, skin charred black in places, hospital gown soaked in soot. Her eyes were wrong. Pure white. Like burned out light bulbs, she didn't move. She just whispered, in a cracked, dry voice, "You live in my apartment. You signed my name." I gasped, ran for the door. Locked. Chain stuck. Handle melted. It was hot to the touch. Then I remembered what the landlord said. Her name. Samantha Lynn. I looked at the lease. I hadn't paid attention when I signed. And there it was, her full name, in bold print. Samantha Lynn. Unit 13B. My handwriting, but not mine. Almost like I had written it in a daze. I didn't move into 13B. I became 13B. The next thing I remember is waking up on the floor. Char marks on the walls, my fingers black with soot. No one answered when I screamed. No one came when I pounded on the door. The apartment was silent. Cold. Empty. Until the mirror cracked. Right down the middle. And from behind it, a voice, "We're not done yet." I left the building the next morning. Took nothing with me. Not even shoes. Just walked barefoot until I found a cab. I never went back. Not even to cancel the lease. But every so often, I get mail forwarded to my new place. It's always addressed to Samantha Lynn. Every time I look in the mirror, I check the corners of my eyes, waiting, because I think she's still there. Not in the building. In me. And one day, she's going to take everything back.